Osio everybody. Just gonna do a little walk around the homestead, showing y'all what's going on, what all we've been working on. Kind of worked myself to death last few days, and I'm just taking some anti-inflammatories and trying to relax a little today. So since it's such a nice beautiful day out here, I figured I'd walk around and give you a little tour. First thing we come up on, my big old fig tree. Not really sure the variety. It's not a brown turkey, but it's very healthy, very large. I should have pruned it before it leafed back out, but she's loaded down with figs, looking good. Be making me a bunch of smoothies later. I'm gonna walk over here to Granny's garden. My mother-in-law lives here with us. Planted red potatoes, and they're starting to die back. We've been harvesting from it, getting a little bit here. Red potatoes have been doing really good. Squash looking a little wilted because of the weather, but it's kind of dry out here, but been producing like crazy. We just harvested a bunch for one of her friends, just regular old yellow crooknecks, and we got some onions kind of scattered along in there. Our little mama goose with her babies. She was broody, and we got some babies from Rural King, and she took to them. And little Xena sticking her head around the corner. Old Zeus, our Billy. Kind of modified some more fencing panels to extend out their area. They've got a pretty nice run now. We will eventually put some 5-foot chain link all the way across here so I can free up that electric netting. Be able to do a little something with that, with the chickens. The goats free range out in here. About a quarter acre. Doing really good. There's old Zoe back there chowing down on a stick. And that's one of the trees that got hit by lightning. Whew, so did that one. And there's an old scar from 2 years ago where that tree got hit by lightning. That's the pig pen area back there, about another quarter acre. They're all hiding in the shade right now. Old Pumbaa coming out. He's gonna be our herd boar. It's all said and done. He's growing way faster than the rest of the young ones. Looking good. Run over here to old Gilbert. Here comes old Charlotte. What y'all doing? That's his mama and his brother right there. There's old Lucy wandering up with her babies, and Gilbert, our current boar, all coming out to say hi. There's little Pebbles, one of our only female piglets. She's way smaller than the rest of them. Believe it or not, she is actually his sister, born at the same time. Huge difference. We got a rooster and a hen back there. They were kind of trouble with the rest of them, so I moved them. Well, had to pause the video for a second. We were way down there at the barn. Done walked all the way up here with Daniel, showing him some stuff, so I figured I'd start back from here. So this is the other end of the property, right where it stops. It's a little area that I've been slowly cleaning up. It's had a sickly blueberry bush last year. I cleared all around it, and it's been spreading. It actually comes from here all the way down to there, about 15-20 feet, and it's just loaded with berries. Clearing up all that stuff that's in the way has definitely allowed her to take off and be just amazingly more healthy. And then we'll walk down the property line here. Actually clearing some grass right there. I've got some mountain papayas I plan to plant out there. Up here is going to be my three sisters' garden and some tomatoes. Right there, right now it's overrun with dewberries. So got to clean that up a little more. Lots of Persian silk trees, aka America, known as the mimosa trees. Got another little sickly blueberry right here. I'll clean up this around here and see if that'll help this out as well. It's just random blueberries all down the fence line here. You got another one right here. All these scrub oaks and stuff. And that's what that other blueberry looked like last year. After cleaning up around it, it just took off. It was looking really good. Another little blueberry. And this all is going to be food forest when it's all said and done. I'm thinking about putting a little water treatment of some sort up there, a small pond with some fish in it. And then maybe if I can get a well or some kind of pump from the main pond down there, have it so that it kind of snakes down through here to water all the trees. Little trellis I've got up. I just planted a little dragon fruit seedling right there. The birds have planted us an elderberry right there. And I'm hoping to get some passion fruit or some kiwis or something to grow on it. It's just some old pipes we had lying around. A beautyberry. God left it here for us, so I figure I'll grow it. We got these little scuppernongs and muscadines everywhere around here. I'm probably going to cultivate some of them and maybe do some grafting. Been cleaning up around my banana circle. Got to get some of these little scrub oaks and stuff going. A few little pine tree seedlings transplanted or gone. I got comfrey there. My little dwarf enamel bananas. Bouncing back from the winter, looking really good. They were just put in halfway through the season last year. Got a little prickly pear cactus that somebody was tossing. Another elderberry, transplanted it from out of the fig tree. And my little star fruit coming back from the winter with a little nurse tree on top, a little mimosa. Got some weeds I got to clean up. And this area here is going to be another section for trees like the star fruit. We got a native persimmon tree right here. Planted several. It's the only one that's leafing out right now. My jackfruit bounced back after the winter. I can't wait to see how it grows this year. Yes, jackfruit in Alabama. Looking forward to it. There's another little persimmon actually leafing out, so I stand corrected. I've got several persimmon and Chickasaw plums planted in those little spots. My little University of Kentucky pawpaw seedling. A little bit of bug damage, but growing really well. It's the only one that sprouted too. I planted like 15 of them, but that's the only one that took. Out here is my, I don't even know if you can see it, but this is my asparagus patch. Got 50 asparagus plants out here. Looking forward to harvesting next year. They were 2-year-old crowns. Put them in. Got them from a nursery. 50 plants for like $15. Can't beat that. Got a pineapple pear right here. Persimmon. Hopefully it'll do something. Another persimmon. Still no leaves on those yet. Loquat. Supposedly one of the most productive trees in the area. Doesn't really seem to like it here. Hopefully it'll perk up and do a little something. I'm kind of looking forward to it. A little bit of time for an understory. Our herb crop down at the bottom. Got some Italian oregano going to flower. Hopefully it'll seed around. Underneath my peach tree. A squirrel's nibbling on that. One little peach. Not bad though. Tree's looking good. Another elderberry popping up here. Got a, I can't pronounce it, it's an Israeli variety of apple, supposed to be low chill. first year in. It's already got a couple apples on it. I picked a bunch of them off so it wasn't too much stress on the plant, but looking good. We got another big blueberry bramble I'm still cleaning up around. It's going to be a border between it and my pumpkin patch. These are the berries we normally get off of our blueberries, way smaller than the one at the other end of the property. But they look like the same type of blueberry bush. They were all out here in the brush. And I think as you clean up around them, they do a lot better. I've got this whole area here that I'm in the process of cleaning. I'm going to be planting Seminole pumpkins this year. And depending on how they do, will probably determine what I put out here next. But I think I'm going to start dropping in some semi-tropicals down in here, since we have this oak overstory. Tree that was twisted by the Hurricane Michael. But we've got all this nice overstory here that should help protect them from the cold. And then they'll have this little buffer of blueberry heads right there. I've already got a little starfruit seedling I'm going to drop underneath those little mimosas down there. I've got a native blueberry, really tiny, possibly a huckleberry, not sure. Got pomegranate, second year, looking really good. Still got to get a lot of mulch in here. My main pawpaw, flowered but didn't set any fruit. Hoping for next year. Can't wait to start getting seeds from it, but looking super healthy. Mayhaw tree, second year, looking great. I'm really pleased with how this one come back underneath another little nursery tree. Bunch of rosemary there. There is a fig cutting right there, but it's not giving me any leaves. Another persimmon down there. And some more blueberries just transplanted from last year, just to be kind of an understory plant. Another pear tree, just a sweet pear. Pineapple guava, Anna apple. I think may have some rust on it. We'll have to see. Possibly pruning it. One of the sand plums, also known as the Chickasaw plum, looking really good. Love its transplant. Another elderberry. There's actually a persimmon down there, but you can't really see it. It's not leafing out. And this is a pecan tree that actually got run over by a lawnmower last year, and it's coming back. Satsuma, putting on some leaves. And we've got one or two, but I think they're going to lose them. Right there. Another pineapple guava. Another pawpaw seedling right there, not looking real good. But we'll see. This is a plum tree. This is a methyl plum. Actually looks real good. And then I've got this one over here that kind of shocked me a little bit, over here next to my lemongrass clump. It is a Burbank plum, and it is 2 months behind the rest, coming back from being dormant. It's coming back. You can see where the branches are starting to wake up. I thought the frost had got it, which I didn't think was supposed to happen to plums, because it started putting off these new shoots at the bottom, and then a month later I'm starting to see the branches wake up. And my sidekick running around, old Robbie. And I've got a banana circle in progress right here. I think these are dwarf Cavendishes, but not 100% certain. I transplanted them from way over there at the pond, and they're starting to come in from the transplant. And I put some sweet potatoes down. One of them's about 5 foot, 6 foot tall. And I'm going to eventually build a mulch pile in there to start feeding them and clean up some of this brush around there. Got another wild blueberry bush there, and got some sumac and some dewberries there. I want to get rid of the dewberries and go ahead and let some of those sumacs grow up, keep them trimmed at about 6 foot tall, get some seeds from them for making lemonade. It's another Chickasaw plum. Figure they'll all cross-pollinate and I can practice grafting. Pomegranate, no leaves yet. Another Chickasaw plum. And there's supposed to be a pomegranate in here. Again, no leaves. And then we go back that way with them. Like I said, from pretty much that point there, all the way down and all the way over, this is all going to be food forest. Have it all looking good. A little bit of my trash burn pile. Not going to burn too much more. Going to be keeping all of our wood scraps, but just cleaning up and all the trash that was out here on the property. Took a little bit. Our potatoes. Got reds. That's about 120 feet. And then starting down here, we've got purples and then more reds. And I actually planted whites in this empty space, but nothing's come up. I've got a row of onions to go along with the 2 rows of squash. And yeah, it's in the middle of the afternoon, the heat of the day, so the squash is looking kind of pitiful. I actually kind of left some of this grass in here to try and keep from having dehydration. We got Valencia peanuts from seed. Got 2 rows that survived the squirrels, 1 row that didn't. Overplanted the okra, but they're still going to flower, so we'll see what that super packed okra does. Corn could probably use some water, but overall looking good. It's peaches and cream corn. So we should get a decent harvest from this, Lord willing. And we got Daniel's section of the garden I left for him. We'll be putting up runners for all his tomatoes. He's got 3 rows of tomatoes that are actually looking pretty good behind these. And then he's just planted a bunch more stuff in here. Hopefully it'll rain good and we'll get some growth out of those. And then we've got a bunch of Cushaw squash scattered throughout here. I'm looking forward to seeing how they grow. I actually think I'm up to 16 plants that have sprouted. Some really nice ones. We'll see what happens with them. What you doing, Obby dog? Well, that's pretty much what we got going on in the homestead right now. The animals looking good. Garden's looking decent. Tons of work left to do, but you know, the Lord's blessing us and we're getting everything done a little at a time. Wado for watching.